High above the tallest mountains, where the clouds gather to whisper ancient secrets, lives a being of immense power and grace. This being is known as the Thunderbird. Its voice is the deep rumble of thunder that shakes the earth and sky. Its eyes flash with the brilliant light of lightning, illuminating the world below for a brief, powerful moment. The Thunderbird is not just a bird, it is a spirit, a guardian, and a central figure in the traditional stories of many Native American peoples across North America. From the vast plains to the dense forests of the Pacific coast, its presence is felt in the powerful storms that sweep across the land, reminding us of the great forces of nature. The Thunderbird is a creature of the sky world, a messenger between the heavens and the earth. Its wings are so large that when they beat, they create the sound of thunder that echoes through the valleys and across the prairies. These mighty wings can stir the winds, bringing rain to nourish the thirsty land and help the crops grow strong. The stories of the Thunderbird are passed down from generation to generation, shared around the warmth of a fire on a cold night. These tales are more than just entertainment. They are teachings. They teach us about respect for nature, the importance of balance, and the great power that exists in the world around us, a power we must always honor and never take for granted. The name Thunderbird is an English term, but the spirit it describes has many names in the diverse languages of the indigenous peoples of this continent. For the Lakota, it is Wakinyan, a sacred being that is both one and many. For the Anishinaabe, it is Animiki, a powerful Manitou or spirit that helps maintain the balance of the world. For the Nuu-chah-nulth people of the Pacific Northwest, it is a mighty ancestor who can transform from human to bird. Though the names and specific details of the stories may differ from one nation to another, the core essence of the Thunderbird remains the same. It is a powerful, respected spirit connected to the sky, the storms, and the well-being of the people. Understanding the Thunderbird means looking up at the sky with a sense of wonder and respect. It means listening to the rolling thunder not as mere noise, but as a voice carrying ancient messages. The stories of this great bird remind us that we are part of a world filled with living, breathing forces. These forces are not separate from us. They are woven into the fabric of our lives, just as the Thunderbird's feathers are woven into the clouds. The Thunderbird represents a power that is both awe-inspiring and life-giving, a protector that watches over the people and the land, ensuring that life continues in its sacred cyclical way, season after season, storm after storm. The Thunderbird is a powerful symbol, and its meaning is deep and layered like the feathers on its wings. First and foremost, it represents immense power. This is the raw, untamed power of the storm, the kind of force that can split a tree with lightning or shake the very foundations of the earth with thunder. This power is not seen as evil or destructive. Instead, it is a necessary force of nature, a great cleansing energy that washes the world clean and brings about change. The Thunderbird's power is a reminder that the forces of creation are vast and beyond human control. It teaches humility, showing us that we are small parts of a much larger, more powerful universe that deserves our deepest respect. Beyond its raw power, the Thunderbird is widely seen as a great protector. It is a guardian spirit that watches over the people from its home in the sky. Many stories tell of the Thunderbird appearing in times of great need, fighting off monsters or malevolent spirits that threaten human beings. It is a benevolent force, using its incredible strength for the good of the people and the land. The sound of its thunderous wings is not just a storm approaching, it is the sound of a protector arriving, ready to defend the innocent and restore order. This role as a guardian makes the Thunderbird a beloved and honored figure, a symbol of safety and divine intervention. Another important symbol associated with the Thunderbird is balance. The world, in many Native American traditions, is a place of delicate balance between different forces, the sky and the earth, the land and the water, creation and destruction. The Thunderbird plays a crucial role in maintaining this equilibrium. It brings the rains that are essential for life, but it also wields the destructive power of the storm. This duality is not a contradiction, it is the very essence of balance. By mediating between the upper world of the sky and the lower world of the earth, The Thunderbird ensures that neither force overwhelms the other, allowing life to flourish in the space between. Finally, the Thunderbird symbolizes transformation and vision. In some traditions, the Thunderbird can change its form, appearing as a human or as a bird. This ability to transform speaks to the spiritual power of change and adaptation. The lightning that flashes from its eyes is also a symbol of sudden enlightenment or a powerful vision. It is a moment of pure clarity that cuts through the darkness, revealing a truth that was previously hidden. The Thunderbird, therefore, is not just a guardian of the physical world, but also a guide for the spirit, offering insights and revelations to those who are open to its medicine and its powerful, illuminating message. The Thunderbird's story is not a single tale, but a grand chorus of voices from many different nations across Turtle Island, the name many indigenous peoples use for North America. Each tribe and culture has its own unique understanding of this magnificent spirit, shaped by their environment, their history, and their spiritual traditions. While the core ideas of power, protection, and storms are common, the details of the stories create a rich and diverse tapestry of belief. These different visions show how a single, powerful concept can be understood in many beautiful and meaningful ways, reflecting the wisdom of the people who tell the tales. The Thunderbird is a shared relative, but one who is known by different names and faces in each community. For the peoples of the Great Plains, such as the Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho, the Thunderbird, or Wakinyan, is a central figure in their cosmology. Here, in the vast, open lands where the sky dominates the horizon, the Thunderbird is a spirit of the West, the direction from which the powerful thunderstorms roll in. It is said that the Wakinyan beings live in the clouds above a high mountain in the Black Hills. They are complex spirits, often described as being contrary in nature, doing things backward to teach important lessons about seeing the world from different perspectives. They are sacred and powerful, controllers of the storms, and their presence is both feared and deeply respected for the life-giving rain they bring to the dry plains. Moving eastward to the Great Lakes region, the Anishinaabe peoples, including the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi, have their own powerful stories of the Thunderbird, whom they call Anamiki. For them, the Anamiki are a family of spirits who live on the highest cliffs and mountains. They are seen as the enemies of the underwater spirits, or Mishipeshu, the great horned serpent that lives in the depths of the lakes. The battles between the Anamiki and Mishipeshu represent the eternal struggle between the powers of the sky and the powers of the water. The Anamiki protect the people from the dangers of the deep, ensuring that the underwater spirits do not grow too powerful and flood the world. In the Southwest, among peoples like the Pueblo, the Thunderbird symbol is often linked to the water serpent, Avanyu. While not always depicted as a bird, the concept of a powerful sky being associated with storms, lightning, and rain is very important in this arid land. Rain is life, and the beings that bring it are held in the highest regard. The symbols of lightning and thunder are frequently found in their pottery and art, representing the sacred gift of water. The Thunderbird figure here is intertwined with the need for rain to nurture the corn, beans, and squash that have sustained the people for centuries. It is a symbol of fertility, survival, and the blessings that come from the sky. In the lands surrounding the 5 Great Lakes, a region of deep waters and ancient forests, the Thunderbird holds a special place as a mighty protector. The Anishinaabe peoples, who have lived here for countless generations, call this great spirit Anamiki. The stories say that the Anamiki are powerful Manitus, or spirits, who were placed on Earth by the Creator to watch over human beings. They make their homes on the highest bluffs and mountains that overlook the vast waters, such as the Sleeping Giant Peninsula on Lake Superior, a place considered sacred to the Thunderbirds. From these high perches, they keep a vigilant watch, their sharp eyes scanning the world below for any signs of danger that might threaten the people. The Anamiki are known to be the sworn enemies of the powerful spirits that dwell in the depths of the lakes. The most famous of these underwater beings is Mishipeshu, the great horned serpent. Mishipeshu is a spirit of the deep water, a creature with the body of a serpent, the horns of a deer, and a powerful, lashing tail. While not purely evil, Mishipeshu represents the unpredictable and dangerous nature of the water. It can cause sudden storms, create whirlpools that swallow canoes, and jealously guard the copper found at the bottom of the lakes. The Anishinaabe people have a deep respect for Mishipeshu, but they also fear its power and know that it must be kept in balance. The battles between the Anamiki and Mishipeshu are epic tales that explain the violent storms that can suddenly erupt over the Great Lakes. When a dark storm rolls in, it is said that the Thunderbirds are waging war against the horned serpent. The flash of lightning is the light from the Anamiki's eyes, and the deep, rolling thunder is the sound of their powerful wings beating as they dive to attack. They shoot down bolts of lightning to strike the serpent as it thrashes in the water below, causing the waves to rise and crash against the shore. These stories are not just exciting adventures, they are a way of understanding the natural world and the constant struggle between opposing forces. For the Anishinaabe, the Anamiki are a symbol of courage and a source of great comfort. They are the guardians who keep the dangerous powers of the underworld in check, ensuring that the world remains safe for humans. Fishermen and travelers on the lakes would often leave offerings of tobacco to the Thunderbirds, asking for safe passage and protection from the wrath of Mishipeshu. The presence of the Anamiki in the sky is a constant reminder that even in a world with great dangers, there are also powerful protectors watching over the people. They represent the benevolent power of the sky, a force that defends life and maintains the sacred order of creation. Along the rainy, forested coastline of the Pacific Northwest, from Oregon to British Columbia and Alaska, the Thunderbird is a figure of immense prestige and power. Here, among nations like the Kwakwaka'wakw, Nuu-chah-nulth, and Tlingit, the Thunderbird is more than just a spirit of the storm. It is often an ancestor, a chief, or a crest figure of a particular clan or family. The stories told in the Great Cedar Longhouses describe the Thunderbird as a supernatural being of such size and strength that it can hunt and carry a killer whale, or orca, in its powerful talons, as if it were a mere fish. This image really speaks to its supreme power over all other creatures. In many Pacific Northwest traditions, the Thunderbird has the ability to transform. It can remove its feathered cloak and appear in human form, living among people as a great and noble chief. In one famous Nuu-chah-nulth story, the Thunderbird was a man who lived on a high mountain and would put on his bird costume to go hunting for whales. This ability to move between the human and spirit worlds highlights the close connection between the people and the supernatural realm. The Thunderbird is not a distant, untouchable god, but a powerful relative whose lineage and history are woven directly into the identity of the clans that hold it as their crest. The Thunderbird's role as a provider and a bringer of law is central to its importance in this region. By hunting the great whales, it provides a vital source of food and resources for the people. Its actions are not just about demonstrating power, but about sustaining the community. In some oral traditions, the Thunderbird is credited with bringing laws and social customs to the people, establishing the proper ways to live and hold ceremonies. As a chief among the spirits, it represents order, justice, and the importance of following the traditions that have been passed down since the beginning of time. Its presence on a totem pole signifies the high rank and noble history of the family it represents. The depiction of the Thunderbird in Pacific Northwest art is, well, distinct and powerful. It is often shown with a prominent, curved beak, large, watchful eyes, and curled appendages on its head, sometimes described as horns or feather tufts. Its wings are spread wide, showcasing its majesty and strength. The Thunderbird is frequently carved at the top of totem poles, a position of ultimate honor, watching over the village and the family crests carved below it. This placement really reinforces its role as a supreme protector and a symbol of the highest spiritual and social authority, a guardian whose legacy is carved in cedar for all to see and respect. Across many different Native American cultures, one of the most powerful and enduring stories is the great battle between the Thunderbird and the spirits of the water. This is not just one story, but a theme that appears in many forms, each tailored to the landscape and beliefs of the people who tell it. The Thunderbird, a being of the sky, the wind, and the storm, is the natural opponent of the spirits that dwell in the deep, dark waters below. These water spirits often take the form of giant serpents, horned underwater panthers, or other powerful creatures that represent the mysterious and often dangerous nature of the lakes, rivers, and oceans. These epic battles are a way of explaining the powerful forces of nature. When a violent storm breaks, with dark clouds, flashing lightning, and booming thunder, it is seen as a manifestation of this cosmic conflict. The Thunderbird, representing the power of the sky, swoops down from the heavens. The water spirit, representing the power of the underworld, rises from the depths. The lightning bolts are the Thunderbird's weapons, hurled at its foe. The churning waves and sudden floods are the thrashing of the wounded water serpent. This narrative transforms a chaotic weather event into a meaningful story of a struggle between fundamental forces, a battle to maintain the world's fragile balance. The meaning behind these stories goes deeper than a simple explanation of storms. The battle between the Thunderbird and the water spirit represents the essential duality of the world. It is the struggle between the powers above and the powers below, between light and darkness, between creation and destruction. Neither side can ever fully destroy the other, because both are necessary parts of the whole. The Thunderbird needs the water that the serpent inhabits, and the world needs both the rain from the sky and the water from the earth. Their conflict is not about good versus evil in a simple sense, but about the constant tension that keeps the universe in equilibrium. These stories also serve as a powerful lesson for humanity. The Thunderbird is often fighting on behalf of the people, protecting them from the water spirits that might otherwise drag them to a watery grave or flood their villages. In this way, the Thunderbird is a symbol of divine protection and a reminder that people are not alone in the face of nature's dangers. These tales teach respect for both the sky and the water, reminding listeners to be cautious and humble. By understanding the great powers at play in the world around them, people learn their own place within the sacred order of creation, living in harmony with the forces that shape their existence. The image of the Thunderbird is one of the most powerful and recognizable motifs in Native American art. For centuries, artists have been inspired by this magnificent spirit, translating its power and majesty into tangible forms that can be seen, touched, and honored. From the towering totem poles of the Pacific Northwest to the intricate beadwork of the Plains tribes, the Thunderbird appears in a multitude of artistic traditions. Each depiction is more than just a picture of a bird. It is a sacred image, filled with meaning, history, and spiritual energy. Creating art featuring the Thunderbird is an act of prayer, a way of honoring the spirit and keeping its story alive. In the Pacific Northwest, the Thunderbird is a dominant figure in the region's famous art forms. It is carved into the massive cedar logs that become totem poles, house posts, and ceremonial masks. The artistic style is bold and dramatic, characterized by strong form lines, ovoid shapes, and a distinctive color palette of black, red, and blue-green. When carved on a totem pole, the Thunderbird is often at the top, its wings spread wide in a gesture of protection over the family and clan crests below. The artists who carve these figures are highly respected masters of their craft, and their work is a vital part of preserving the cultural and spiritual identity of their people. On the Great Plains, the Thunderbird is often depicted in a more abstract, geometric style. Its image can be found painted on shields, teepees, and ceremonial robes made from buffalo hide. The symbol is often simplified to its essential elements: a body, outstretched wings, and sometimes a head with lightning emerging from its eyes or beak. These images were not just for decoration, they were believed to hold protective power. A warrior with a Thunderbird painted on his shield carried the spirit's strength and protection with him into battle. In beadwork and quillwork, the Thunderbird motif is created with thousands of tiny, colorful beads or porcupine quills, a painstaking process that infuses the object with beauty and spiritual intent. The materials used to create Thunderbird art are as important as the image itself. Artists use natural materials from the earth, wood from the cedar tree, hides from the buffalo, pigments made from minerals and plants, quills from the porcupine. This use of natural elements reinforces the connection between the art, the artist, and the living world. The Thunderbird is a spirit of nature, and so it is fitting that it is depicted using the gifts of nature. Through this art, the stories are made visible, and the power of the Thunderbird is brought into the everyday lives of the people, serving as a constant, beautiful reminder of the sacred forces that surround them. In our modern world, the song of the Thunderbird has not faded away. Its voice continues to echo, not just in the rolling thunder of a summer storm, but in the hearts and lives of Native American people today. The Thunderbird remains a vital and relevant symbol, a powerful link to ancestral traditions, cultural identity, and spiritual strength. It is not a relic of the past, confined to old stories or museum exhibits. Instead, it is a living, breathing part of contemporary Indigenous life, adapting to new contexts while holding on to its ancient and sacred meanings. For many, the Thunderbird is a source of pride and a symbol of resilience in the face of modern challenges. Today, the image of the Thunderbird is used in many ways to express cultural identity. It appears in the logos of tribal businesses, schools, and organizations, signifying strength, vision, and connection to heritage. It is a popular design in contemporary Native art, from jewelry and clothing to graphic design and fine art paintings. Young artists are finding new ways to interpret the Thunderbird, blending traditional styles with modern techniques to create works that speak to a new generation. By wearing or displaying the Thunderbird symbol, individuals proudly assert their identity and honor the traditions of their ancestors in a world that has often tried to erase them. The Thunderbird also continues to play an important role in spiritual life and ceremonies. Its stories are still told to children, passing on the important lessons of respect, balance, and protection. The Thunderbird is honored in songs and dances at powwows and other cultural gatherings, where the beat of the drum can be felt as the heartbeat of the thunder. For some, the Thunderbird is a personal guardian spirit, a source of guidance and strength in their spiritual journey. In a world that can often feel disconnected and chaotic, the Thunderbird offers a powerful connection to the sacred, a reminder of the enduring power of nature and the spirit world. It is important for non-native people to approach the Thunderbird with respect and understanding. This is not a generic mascot or a simple mythological creature like a griffin or a dragon. The Thunderbird is a sacred being within living cultural and spiritual traditions. Its image should not be used casually or without permission, as this can be deeply disrespectful to the cultures that hold it sacred. By learning about the Thunderbird's true meaning and importance, we can all come to appreciate it not as a mere story, but as a profound symbol of the enduring strength, resilience, and deep spiritual wisdom of the Native American peoples of this land. As we listen to the stories and look at the powerful art, we come to understand that the Thunderbird is much more than just a myth or a folktale. It is a sacred and fundamental part of the worldview of many Indigenous nations. It is a way of understanding the world, a way of relating to the immense and mysterious forces of nature. The Thunderbird embodies the idea that the world is alive, that the wind, the rain, and the storms are not just weather patterns, but the actions of living, conscious spirits. This perspective teaches a deep and abiding respect for the environment, seeing it not as a collection of resources to be used, but as a community of beings to which we are related. The Thunderbird is a teacher of balance. Its eternal battle with the water spirits shows us that life is a dynamic interplay of opposing forces. There cannot be a sky without an earth, or light without darkness. The health of the world depends on these forces being held in a state of equilibrium. When this balance is disturbed, the result is chaos and destruction. The Thunderbird's role is to act as a great regulator, a guardian of the cosmic order. This teaching is more important today than ever before, as we face environmental challenges that are the result of our own world being out of balance. The Thunderbird reminds us of our responsibility to live in harmony with creation. The presence of the Thunderbird across so many different cultures, from the Pacific coast to the Great Plains and the Great Lakes, speaks to a shared, deep-seated human connection to the power of the sky. While the details of the stories vary, the core truth remains the same. There are powers in this universe far greater than ourselves, and they deserve our awe and reverence. The Thunderbird is a symbol of that awe. It is the feeling you get when you see a flash of lightning split the night sky, or when you feel the ground tremble with the approach of a mighty storm. It is a feeling of being small, yet connected to something vast and magnificent. Ultimately, the Thunderbird is a symbol of hope and endurance. It is a protector that watches over the people, a life-bringer that delivers the nourishing rain, and a symbol of the strength and resilience of Native American cultures. For centuries, these cultures have weathered their own storms, and yet the stories and traditions survive. The Thunderbird continues to fly, its wings beating a rhythm of continuity, and its voice thundering a message of power and survival. To understand the Thunderbird is to understand the sacredness of the natural world, and to honor the enduring spirit of the people who have always known its name and respected its power.